Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Once again, we are live. Um, Another amazing tip for you, another amazing video for you. So, for those of you who are actually tuned in with me, hey, I definitely appreciate you. If you are tuned in live with me, do me a favor, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. I see you, Chip. What's going on, bro? Um, for those that are yet to jump in, come back for replay, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that heart button, and hit that share button. That way we can help more authors get those videos or those books out of their heads onto the paper so they can help people like you and me. So for those of you who do not know me, let me allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ray Destin Jr. I'm the founder and CEO of BOBM Publishing, full service publishing house that helps authors with everything from start to finish on their books. And once you become an author and you need that extra push to become successful, we have all the services available for you, a full suite of services. So without further ado, like today, this one is one that's kind of close to my heart because I run into it all the time. And we're talking about why are some authors more successful than others, right? It may seem like an easy answer. Well, they work harder. Yeah, that's part of it. Well, they're more focused. Yeah, that's another part of it. But there's so much more that goes into being a successful author. And this doesn't just apply to authors. This applies to anybody in business, anybody in the workplace, anybody in school, anybody that is chasing a level of success for themselves. There are certain things that you have to do in order to become successful that some are willing to do and some are not. So I'm just going, as I always do, I'm going high level. I'm going to give you the answers and I'm going to come back and I'm going to break it down for you. So the high level is bless me. Thank you. All right. I know somebody said bless you. Thank you. I know that one of the high level things is taking responsibility, and taking responsibility for your success is huge, right? It goes into your accountability, your daily accountability, your weekly accountability, monthly accountability, whatever. The goals that you set for yourself, where your focus is. ET always says it this way: where your focus goes, your energy flows. If you're focusing on something big, you're going to make big things happen. If you're focusing on something small or something negative, you'll always be on that small or negative side of life. Successful authors are willing to invest in themselves. I know plenty of authors who are, upon initial consultation, some of the conversations that I end up running into is, oh, well, finance is an issue. Honestly, when I had nothing to spend, I spent the most on myself. I was investing in myself to take myself to a different level. When I say invest in yourselves, it's the training, it's the coaches, it's your business. There's things that we're going to break down in there. And then last but not least, definitely not least, is the work ethic that goes into becoming successful. And when I say the work ethic, that's your daily routine, where you put your efforts. Are you looking for additional opportunities? Are you looking at collaboration? Or are you looking at it as competition? And then finally, it's the attitude that goes with it. So let's jump into this real quick. Because again, this is something I promise you, I've had this conversation at least 2 times just yesterday with specific authors. And one of the biggest factors of success is the author willing to take responsibility for their own success. And what I mean by that is, what are you doing daily to make sure that you're hitting your goals? Are you taking accountability for your success? Accountability goes into a few different things. Are you sending emails? Are you reaching out? Are you looking to get yourself in front of audiences? Are you looking to connect and collaborate with different people? What do your goals look like? If your goal is to sell 100 books a month, that's easy. That's very easy. It's a matter of, how am I going to sell that? You have to put a goal and a plan in place. Otherwise, it's just a dream. And we know what happens to dreams, right? Dreams are for when you sleep. I don't believe in that. What we believe in is planning and executing at such a high level that it takes your business and your life to a new level. So when it comes down to the goals, I'm going to go through the goals and then I'm going to come back to the accountability that makes those goals possible. One, set high goals for yourself. Don't just set an average goal. I want to sell 100 books, because here's the honest truth. Most of the authors that we've worked with, amazing, amazing, amazing people. Some of them come back again and again and again and again, like clockwork. I need to buy another box of books. I need to buy another box of books. I need to buy another box of books. And this is consistently week after week, month after month, that they're coming back to get those additional books. And then you have other authors that are like, well, they're just not selling right now. Nobody is buying it. What are you doing to sell them? Have you set a specific plan in place? And I don't believe in those excuses, because here's the honest truth. We have training available for you. There's training available. There's sales training. There's business training. There's marketing training. There's so many different levels of training that are out there for any author. And it doesn't have to come from us. You have to go out and seek it for yourself. So when you set those goals, set them high enough that it's going to require you to put a certain level of energy and a certain level of effort towards it every day, consistently. Because if you're not putting a consistent level of effort towards your goals, we know the end result. No action equals no results, right? Take accountability. When you take accountability, surround yourself with people that are focused on high level goals, that are focused on a level of success that you cannot achieve alone, or focused on achieving success in their field. Your accountability group does not all have to be authors. It can be authors, real estate professionals, salespeople, people that have storefronts, people that have online makeup shops, whatever it is. Surround yourself with people that are focused and determined to reach a higher level of success. Because if you surround yourself with people that are focused on their goals, that are results driven, 9 times out of 10, you're going to follow that lead, right? So one thing I had to learn very early on, and I do not compromise this, is the people that you hang around determine your level of success. I'll say that again. The people that you hang around will determine your level of success. If you are surrounded by 5 people that are struggling, are broke, 9 times out of 10, guess what? You're going to be the next one. If you are surrounded by 5 people that are millionaires, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the next millionaire. You determine your level and your circle. I was recently in a circle. I was in a car driving, and somebody that was riding with me said something along the lines of, I haven't made these type of payments in over 6 months. Basically explaining how they were financially struggling. Almost instantly, my mind said, get this person away from me, because their level of success and what they're willing to accept in their life is not something that I'm willing to accept in mine. If you do not change your circle will change you. Keep it moving. Find an accountability partner. One of the biggest things that changed my goal set and changed the outcomes that I was getting was I went and found an accountability partner. Now, with an accountability partner, their goal is to hold you accountable, whether it be on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. You meet with them at least once in one of those periods, daily, weekly, or monthly, and check in with them. Did you hit your financial goals? Yes or no? It's not I didn't because of no. It's yes or no. That's the only answer, is yes or no. Did you hit your sales goals? Did you sell the number of books that you said that you were going to sell? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then kudos, keep going, set another goal and keep pushing towards it. If the answer is no, what do you need to do to achieve those goals on a consistent weekly, daily, monthly basis? Next is focus on the majors, not the minors. Focus on the majors, not the minors. I'll be honest with you. I do not focus on the number of errors inside of my personal books. I focus on how many sales units I'm going to achieve. I focus on, did I sell one book? Did I sell 100 books? Because if I focus on those minimal things, oh, the name is misspelled. Cool. Read any New York Times best-selling book. Any New York Times best-selling book. Any Amazon best-selling book. Read any book that's out there. You're going to find at least 1 to 10 errors. The reason that happens is because it's called human error. It happens. If you focus on the small things, you'll never achieve the big things. The honest truth is, and I was talking to my cousin yesterday, and our conversation was about some things that were going on. He was working on with his project. He said, do you think this will affect the sales of my book? Do you think that this will affect the outcome? I said, honestly, if you want my honest opinion, no, it's not. I said, when I released my first book, it was me putting the book out. I didn't have editors. I didn't have a formatter. I didn't have, I had a graphic designer, but it wasn't the professional graphic designers that I work with now. So on the interior of the book, there were spelling errors, there were grammar and punctuation errors, there were formatting errors. I went back and I looked at it, and the fonts in some parts were completely off compared to the fonts of others. There were different font sizes. Some areas had italics and it didn't need italics. The graphics on the inside of it were all off. But guess what? That wasn't my focus. Once the project was complete, what was I focused on? I was focused on selling that book. If you focus on the minors, which are going to be the mistakes or the small things, how did I do last month? Last month is gone. Focus on focusing forward. Focus on what goal can you hit next. That's the difference. When you focus on those minors, the spelling of a name, a misspelled word. You had a friend that read your book that's never written a book in their life, and they came up and they said, oh, you had 4 spelling errors and your book is just horrible because of it. Honest truth, you don't need their opinion to be successful. There are billions of people in this world, billions with a B. Focus on the ones who want the information that is inside of your book and go forward. Don't focus on the minors. Focus on the majors. The majors are your sales goal, your book sales goal, the opportunities that are coming from it. Next thing is investing in themselves. Successful authors continue to invest in themselves. And when I say they invest in themselves, they're investing in training. Trainings include, there's tons of books that you can find on any specific subject. The more you read, the more you learn. And there's going to be some things that you read that you don't agree with. And there's going to be some things that you read that you can actually apply. There are courses out there. There are online courses. There are self-paced courses. There are instructor-led courses. There are community college courses that you can take. There are so many options and opportunities out there that you have access to. You have to invest in yourself. If you don't have the money, then find a way to get into, maybe you're looking at the free 99 option. Go for it. The only thing that you're doing by investing in yourself is giving yourself more resources to tap into. If you are around people that say, I sold 10,000 books and this is how you do it, it's only common sense that if you follow their direction, if you do what they did, you can have the success that they had. But most people are always trying to take shortcuts. Stop doing that. Those shortcuts that you're taking are killing your success. Those shortcuts that you're taking are killing your success. Point blank, period. Again, I'm passionate about this because as you see, the sign behind me says, Coach, this is what I do. This is what I love doing. Find a coach that will help you. Someone who's been there, not someone who's giving you theories, but someone who has actually achieved the level of success that you want. Personally, when I wanted to become a better speaker, I went in and hired Kendall Ficklin. Honest truth is, I had a mentor that already gave me the blueprint and still continues to give me the blueprint on how to do that, and that is Saul Paul. Saul Paul is currently in Johannesburg, Africa, performing. Doesn't get the credit that he deserves here in locally, but continues to go after it. And one thing that he taught me a long time ago was a prophet is not without honor except in his hometown. Some of y'all are still focused on making people around you happy and allowing them their opinions to change the scope of your activity. Their opinions don't matter. The world is so much bigger than the 6 blocks that you're used to. Get outside of those 6 blocks and go for it. With the right coach, that coach is going to be able to take you through different levels because they've been through those different levels. Yeah, they come at a cost, but you're paying for their information, which is helping you on the shortcuts. Would you rather spend $10,000 to learn over time, or would you rather spend $10,000 to learn something that's going to give you a shortcut to making 6 figures in a year? Or would you rather spend hours and years and months and just continuing decades trying to figure it out on your own? A coach is there to give you those shortcuts, to give you that short route, to help you along your journey. They're not there to hurt you. So as a coach, I'll tell you, the people who have applied the lessons that have been given are doing extremely well. I can name a few for you. I'm not, but I can name a few. And then I can also name the people who didn't show up to daily coaching or weekly coaching because they didn't prioritize their time. I can also tell you the number of people who found excuses for why they couldn't get a simple assignment done and are wondering why now they're not seeing the level of success that they want. It's simple. If you apply the lessons that the coach is giving you, you'll achieve the level of success that they're teaching you how to get. And the honest truth is, whatever your coach tells you to do, increase your effort and you'll see a higher level of results. When it comes down to business, investing in your business, invest in someone. If you're not good at marketing, don't sit up there and try to create posts that look like a 3rd grader did it. I'll be honest, I've seen some. People are putting some really crappy images out there. It's cool. You're still learning. You're still growing. But there are people out here that actually have that expertise that if you were willing to invest in it, they can take your brand and your business from the level that it's at to a much higher level in a matter of days, weeks, months. You just have to be willing to invest and trust the process. That's another thing. Don't impede the process by constantly nagging. Nagging isn't the right word. But by constantly saying, well, this didn't work, or what if we did it this way? And they're the expert. Let them do what they do best. Let them do what they do best. Invest in a website. Invest in a website. You can get a website. There's so many hosts and so many companies out there that will build your website for you. If you don't have a professional website, then guess what? People are kind of looking at you and judging you. It's okay. If that's what you appreciate, if that's what you allow, then it's on you. Invest in different events, conferences. There are conferences all over for entrepreneurs. There are conferences for authors. There are conferences for marketing. There are conferences for just about anything that you can think of. Invest in going to a few. Some of the best investments that I made were going to conferences that was held by Eric Thomas and his team, David Shands and his team. These conferences allowed me to see things from a different level. It allowed me to be around other people that had the same mentality and the same goals that I had. As a result, I realized that the circle that I was in currently, one of the people that I used to be around actually showed up and said, man, you spending money to go to a conference? You spending money to hear people speak? I said, yeah. And a few of the people that were there with me at that same conference just looked at me like, these are the type of people that you hang around? They don't want to see you win. I had to reevaluate certain things. When you invest in yourself, you begin to see life at a much different level. When you invest in those events, it may be attending conferences as an attendee, or it may be attending conferences as a vendor with the right marketing materials and having books on hand. People will buy from you because they're at those events for a reason. They're at those events to grow. They're at those events to experience something different. Your book is allowing you to give them a different experience. Believe in it. You put in the work. Believe in the product that you put out there. Your last thing is the work ethic. I know I'm stepping on some toes today, and some of y'all ain't gonna like me after this video. That's fine. That's fine. Because if you apply the things that I'm giving you, you'll be more successful. If you get offended and say, man, he was talking about me, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people that think like you do. I'm talking about people that think like successful authors. I want you to be on that successful end as opposed to continuing to experience a low level of success. It's not about you. It's not about me. These facts are facts. Last thing is the work ethic. And this is where a true go-getter shines. There are people out there who love to say that they're go-getters. They love to say that they're bosses. They love to say that they're CEOs of their company. They love to say that they are the elite in their field. They love to say that they are going to make things happen. You know what separates those people? The true bosses, the true CEOs, the true leaders in their field, the true people who are grinders from everybody else. It's their work ethic. Their work ethic. When it comes to work ethic, it's in your daily routine. What time are you getting up? How much time are you spending towards different activities? How much time are you spending towards sales calls? How much time are you spending towards marketing? How much time are you spending on social media? How much time are you spending in front of the TV? How much time are you spending on information intake? How much time are you spending with your coaches? How much time are you spending writing? How much time are you reading? All these things go into effect. We're over 18 now. Playtime is over. Now it's time to really put in the work. You can't say that you want something, but you aren't willing to work for it. You cannot say that you want something, but you aren't willing to work for it. There's a difference. There's a sense of consistent, focused effort that goes into goal getting. As a goal getter, you have to put consistent, focused effort towards the things that you want. If you're not willing to put that effort towards it, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to see that you're actually moving in a different direction than the direction that you want. If you want to be successful as an author, put consistent, focused effort towards those goals. Look for opportunities. And when I say look for those opportunities, spend time online. Look up events that are connected to your field. Look up events that are connected to maybe the media is looking for a guest. Look for podcasts that are looking for a guest. Look for events that are coming up in your area. And the honest truth is, if you want to be connected to an event, you need to be looking anywhere from 3 to 6 months out. You don't need to start looking for an event tomorrow. I want to see what's going on in my neighborhood tomorrow. No, you need to be looking 3 to 6 months in advance for events, and not just events that are local, but events that are nationwide, events that are international. That's how you get into those events. You have to put that effort towards looking for those opportunities. Ask around, talk to friends, talk to business associates, talk to people who are serious in this field. What's going on in the area? What events are coming up that you're going to? What events do you think would be a good fit for me? And people who are in your industry, whether it be just as an entrepreneur or as an author, will say, hey, you need to look into this event. You need to look into such and such. Because the more you look into those things, the more you'll see that you become a known face in the circles that you're trying to get into. Successful authors, successful people in general, look for opportunities to collaborate, not compete. They look for opportunities to collaborate, not compete. If you are a success in your field, the honest truth is find people who are successful in other fields. If you feel like you could reach a different level of success in your field by collaborating with someone who's already in your field, collaborate with them. Say, hey, can we do an event together? Can we do a live together? Can we do a conference together? Can we do a training together? Whatever it is, because when you, as an author or as a business person, as an entrepreneur, begin to understand the value of collaboration, you'll see that there's enough out here for everybody. You don't have to hold on to your little piece of the pie so tightly, because the pie is infinite. It really is. Some of the best opportunities and the best projects that we've worked on have been group projects. People who came together and wrote one chapter in a book. Those collaboration books have done well. Now, do all authors inside of a collaboration book sell a lot? Not necessarily, because maybe they didn't see it as a pure opportunity. But with the right mindset, if I have 15 people that are working on the same project and we're all pushing the same project, we can achieve greater numbers together. We can achieve, I can do a book tour. If you're in DC, I'm gonna do a book signing in DC where you are. If you are in Memphis, I can do a book signing in Memphis, because guess what? I have someone who can vouch for me and I'm vouching for in that area. If you've ever noticed, people flock to groups because they want to be a part of something. When people see that you're collaborating, that means the person that you just collaborated with is vouching highly for you. The person that you're collaborating with, you're vouching highly for. If someone looks around you and they don't see any collaborations, what are they saying? This person is selfish. They only work with themselves. That is a red flag for people in business. As you go to higher levels, I want to know who you're collaborating with. I want to know who you're working with. I want to know what your circle looks like. Because if you are in a good circle, you might be a good fit for mine as well. And we can expand and grow together. But if you are always saying it's about me, it's about me, it's about me, what you are actually doing is you are damaging your own level of success, because people see that as an insecurity. You're threatened by the success of others. You don't have to be threatened by the success of others. Clap for others and collaborate with them. Find out what they're doing and share some of your tips with them, because that's how you grow and you go to the next level. And then the last thing is the attitude that it takes to be successful. If you want to be successful, you got to have a whatever it takes attitude. A whatever it takes attitude. Stop getting so hurt when people tell you that if you did this different, you get different results. Listen and learn. A lot of times people are genuinely want to see you win and will share. So you have to be coachable. You have to accept criticism. You have to be willing to adjust your circle. That is so huge. That's so huge. If every time you put something out, the people in your circle aren't buying, shift your circle. When it comes down to the action that's required to get to the next level, then guess what? You have to be willing to put in a higher level of action. You have to be willing to put in a higher level of action. I learned my whatever it takes mentality from my parents and from my sister. That's where I leave the credit at. And when I say my parents used to wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning from the time that I was about 3 or 4 years old. I had to go to the nursery when I was from 3 to 5. So I had to get up early. My mom would pack me on her shoulders sometimes or just, carrying me as a child. And sometimes we had to catch the bus. I don't run from what it takes because I know what it looks like. I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning when I was in high school because I had to be to school at 6:50. Whereas everybody else was getting to school at 8 o'clock. I had a class that started at 7 o'clock. So I was getting to school at 6:50. I stayed until about 8 o'clock because I was in athletics. If I wasn't in athletics, if it wasn't in season, then I was going to FCA. I was going to Bible study. I was going somewhere to play basketball or be focused on God. That was the work ethic that I had even as a youngster. So now that I'm older, it doesn't frighten me to put in that level of success because I learned it from my parents. My dad was the same way. He would get up early. He would work. Sometimes he worked as a longshoreman. Sometimes he would work from 10 o'clock at night until 7 in the morning and then turn right back around, come home, make sure that my mom got to where she got, and then go right back to the waterfront so that he could make money, do a double. Most people are not willing to spend 8 hours a day on their goals or 2 hours a day on their goals. I saw them put in consistent effort to make sure that I grew and I was successful. My sister, my sister shared part of her story when she had her Hall of Fame acceptance speech. I'll share a little bit more because I saw it as a kid. When my sister started running, she was not as fast as everybody else, but she stayed with it. When she stayed with it, she started to get faster. She took her high school team to state twice, her 10th grade and 11th grade year. She couldn't run her 12th grade year because she had to graduate on time. So she had to transfer schools. They implemented a rule that said you cannot run against people in the same district if you transfer. So what did she do? She ran against college athletes. She ran against professional athletes. She went on to become a 23-time All-American at UT. But that was 2 days every day. That was working out in the gym, working out, running on the track. Consistent, focused effort every single day. I didn't see her give up. I saw her have to have surgeries even while she was running at the peak of her career. She never stopped. So when I say do whatever it takes, that comes from a place of truth. 2014, I lost everything. Everything. The only thing I had left in my pocket was $250. I had to stay with my parents. And when I stayed with my parents, I had to figure it out. What am I going to do? For the time that I was there with them, I was catching the bus to the library because there was no Wi-Fi at the house. I was catching the bus to the community college because there was no Wi-Fi. I was catching the bus to Starbucks because there was no Wi-Fi. I actually ended up losing my truck in the process of becoming successful. When I say you do whatever it takes, I mean you do whatever it takes. Because the level of success that you are chasing and going after is not going to be easy. So the excuses that you have, well, there was this error and that's why I'm not pushing it. I'm just waiting on people to really start buying my book off of Amazon. You're allowing your success to be in the hands of someone else. If you really want to be successful and separate yourself from the crowd, you got to do what others are not willing to do. There are plenty of opportunities out here. There are plenty of podcasts that interview authors. There are plenty of schools that are looking for speakers. Do a few of them for free to get your feet wet and to learn the ropes. And while you're doing them for free, sell your books. There are plenty of corporations. There are plenty of conferences. There are plenty of community events. There are plenty of opportunities out there for you to be a vendor, for you to be a speaker, for you to become a coach, for you to learn. Take time daily and focus on what it's going to take to get you to the next level. Like I said, I know I probably stepped on some toes on this one. It's all in love, because I truly want each and every one of you not to remain at the level that you're at, but to go to the highest level of success that you want to be at. There's no reason that as an author, you aren't making 6 figures or more per year. You have a product that sells itself, but you also have to be willing to get in front of people that you don't know to make sure that it's achieving that level of success that you want for it. Listen, that's all I got for today. I know it's a little bit passionate. I know it's a little bit aggressive. Your goals have to be aggressive. You have to be focused on where you're going and not where you're at. If you live in the moment, you'll get caught up in all the emotion and all the things that are surrounding you. But if you focus on your future, you'll get there. Again, if this video was impactful, prayerfully it was impactful for you, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that heart button, and share it, because there are plenty of authors out there who still have those books in their heads. We're trying to help them get it out of their heads onto the paper so they can help people like you and me. Listen, I love y'all, and there's nothing you can do about it. Until next time.